Hey everyone, welcome back to my garden. This is Carrie with Garden Mess. I garden in Zone 8B in Northwest Louisiana, and my climate here is hot and humid. Now we just got out of a very rainy season, and now we are in the very hot. Um, it's like 90 plus degrees every day. The temperatures at night are hovering in the 72, 75 range. So we are now in that hot season, and I feel like it's early for this hot season, but that's the season that we're in. So, I mean, I've just got to live with it, right? So, but anyway, I am working on removing the grass around my west flower bed, and I am working on cleaning up and defining that space, and just making it look more manicured. Also, y'all, my husband said yesterday, are you going to plant some color in the backyard? You know, over there where there's just a lot of green and it looks like it's all overgrown. And I was like, yes, I'm going to plant some color in that area. And I do plan to do that. But I thought to myself, oh, is that area looking really unkept and, and lacking some color? And he likes to walk around the yard and look at things. So, anyway, he has requested some color. So I have some plants that I plan to put in the front yard, but since that area has so much color already, I think I will honor him and go ahead and plant some color in the backyard where he is talking about. And let me show you what he's talking about. And then we'll get to the west side flower bed and continue removing that grass. Okay, so this is my backyard. We're repairing our fence. My husband has been repairing the fence, and he's doing a great job. That's the old one, and we're probably going to do a little craft with that. We're not too sure yet, but we had to move it away from out in the front, and I really don't have a place to put it yet, so I just laid it on the grass last night. This is the area in my backyard that he is referring to lacking color, and I agree. So I will come in here. Now I had tried to plant some color, but with all that rain that we had, it did kill a lot of the plants that I had planted. I have a lantana that has survived that rain, and so it has a little bit of color. This is a penstemon, and it does have that lime green leaf color, and it will bloom I think it's well, let's see, is there a tag? No, the tag is not there. But it blooms like a blue flower, and it really is contrasting to this lime green leaf color. So this will be some color, but I planted this more for the foliage. All of this liripe is getting dug out slowly but surely. I'm removing it. It is a task, it is a chore. I don't recommend planting liripe unless you can maintain it. I didn't plant this, it was here already. In fact, we used to mow this down as grass. So this is actually the tallest it's ever been. And I think I'm gonna come in and whack it with the weed whacker, and just so it doesn't look so mangy. And then I am going to attempt to transplant this asparagus. I'm gonna give it another month of sucking in the sunlight, and then I'm going to dig it up and transplant it. I might let it go the whole summer and then do it and just put up with it, and plant it when it can survive the transplant, I think. But this was blooming. I mean, you can see that this was blooming a nice pretty flower color. I mean, these are primrose. They're kind of invasive if you let them be, but they're easy to pull out, and I don't mind them. But I have some cannas in a pot because they can spread. And I have my Belinda's Dream Rose back there, so that's color. The red bud used to be a purple Merlot color. That is a forest pansy red bud. And then, of course, well, jasmine's next to it, but the jasmine is not very showy. Well, we know that. We planted for the fragrance, right? And then this white iceberg rose has not done well. Looks like it's defoliated. Don't know what's going on with it, if it's bugs or black spot or what it is, but it's lost a lot of its lower leaves, and so it looks kind of, well, unkept. And I might cut that all the way back and just, if it lives, it lives. If it doesn't, oh well. And then, so this is mostly foliage over here. This is already bloomed. That's a lemon meringue baptisia. and it has already bloomed. But again, I have it planted because I just love the leaf color. I just love those leaves. So I planted that for the leaves. I have a dianthus that I have planted, and I need to deadhead it, and maybe it'll flush out again with another flush of color. But there are some things over here that have color. This little kangaroo plant is trying to put up some new stems to bloom, and the seed is yellow, and it's done blooming. And then there's a garret in there that hasn't quite grown, but I think it's working on it, trying. And then I have a purple basil, which, that'll bloom too eventually. I grow it for the foliage. And then I have a loropetalum in here, and this loropetalum had already flushed out with its blooms, but I have it actually for the foliage color. And then my yellow lemon drift, it also looks defoliated, and don't know. Maybe I just won't have any roses over here, and I'll yank them all out and just plant something else that has, like, I might, you know what? Because I want yellow over here, I might find me a very light cream yellow colored echinacea, because those don't fail. I mean, they look beautiful all the time. And then I have some feverfew growing over here, wild, which I'm okay with because I love its dainty little flower. I have some snapdragons, but they're getting, they self-seeded. So, and then this had bloomed. This is a mock orange, and it's not it doesn't have an odor. It is fragrant free, I would say, and it's done with its blooms. Oh, look. And then I have a Gara back here in a pot, and it's starting to bloom, but not quite there. And I see that my white flies are back. Okay, I need to go get some spray, mix up some soap. Oh yeah, I really need to get out and take care of these. Oh, you know what? I might do that right now. Oh my, yeah. And I saw some assassin bugs on this, but they are just not hungry enough or something, because they're not keeping up with the amount of bugs. So I'm gonna have to take care of that. But this area, my husband is right, is lacking some color, and so I will need to come over here and take care of that. I have yellow rose there, sunny knockout rose. I've got day lilies over here, orange and yellows, and I just love that yellow color. That's the kind of yellow that buttery yellow, cheerful. It's not like hot yellow that has like an orange undertone or anything like that. But he is right though. It could use some more pop of a color, like some bright pinks, bright yellows, maybe some purple. But I actually have some verbena I can put out here actually, so that might be what I do today. But let me get spraying that. All right, this is where I left off yesterday. So now I cleared out all that area from there to there, and now I'm going to go. I let it stay uncovered so that I could, or so that the sun could dry out the soil and any of the roots that were left behind. And now I'm going to cover it with the mulch. Got that one potted up. So I got 4 plants that I can put around my yard out of that one, and I still have one in the ground over there, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm going to go put these up on the shelf so that they can rest and not be suffering. And then if they start showing signs of new growth, then I'll put them in the ground. I'll find a place for them, or at least one of them. Might give some to friends. Y'all, look, I propagated one of my Altheas, Rose of Sharon, and look, this little bitty thing has flower buds. I don't know if I should let it bud or not. I'm looking at I don't see a lot of roots. Maybe that's a root right there. That might be a root. It's tough to tell. Should I pick those flower buds off, or should I leave them? It needs to make more roots, not put itself into flower production. I'm kind of curious to see if it comes back the same as its parent. Maybe I'll just take off one. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just take one off. Can I do it with one hand, or are they too close together? Let me go get my snips. Okay, I snipped one off. Now it's down to just one little bud. But that green leaf here, that green leaf right there down at the bottom, And this one, that's all new growth. That new growth means there's definitely roots in there, but I don't want it doing a lot of flower production. It's too little for that. We're gonna let it bloom one, see what color it is, and see if it's the same as the parent. And then we're gonna cut it off and let it just grow. Yay! Propagating a Rose of Sharon. So in this little area, I could really use some white. I've got a nice pretty denim and lace with its blue lavender flowers. I have a coreopsis that is not blooming right now. I need to go in and deadhead the spent ones, but it's a yellow flower. I'm not sure what I've got growing back there. I'm letting it grow just because I don't know what it is yet. I have some sedum down here, and I think it blooms a burgundy color leaf. And then my hibiscus will be going in a container. And so I'm thinking of putting the white salvia right here in front of the maple. I think that'll be pretty, and it gets enough sun that it should do just fine. And then I have a butterfly bush. Let me move my hydrangea again. I mean my hibiscus. I have a buddleia here, and I don't remember the variety, but I do know it's a dwarf. That's because this area can't get very big. And look, my polka dot plant is finally getting tall enough you can actually see it now, and it came back from the ground, from the freeze. So I think this is that opal, that I guess you could say it's a weed, but pearls of opar or something like that. It's pretty though, and it has little pink flowers. I like them, and they're easy to pull up. You just yank them up, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. I have some white euphorbia here, but it's tiny, so I need something like that's going to make a statement now. So I'm going to plant right here the salvia. All right, this is a white salvia. It's called Hummingbird White, and it has a light pinky colored calyx, but the blooms are white. It grows 24 inches tall, 18 inches wide. So this is where I'm going to put it, being that it grows 18 inches wide. Excuse me. Sorry. I had to sneeze. Got to be careful. I don't want to get any root of this maple. I also had a holly bush in here. Where is that? I tried to pull some of it up, and I think I left it. Anyway, I have to keep my eye on it because this holly bush keeps wanting to grow back. In fact, that's probably some of it right there. Yeah, I bet that's one of the... Well, it's not planted too close to that then, because I'll be yanking that up eventually to use my root slayer. Don't want to get the maple trees roots. I know that. I don't think I could pull it up today. No, it's not quite dead enough. Holly can obviously live for a while because I pulled it up last year and it came back from the roots. Ooh, that's a lot of... Didn't mean to pour that much. Got my... Put that biotone down. You pull these little baby sprouts of something. Not sure what they are. It rained last night, so all my plants are pretty moist. Hopefully it doesn't rain for a while. I need to replace all my mulch. It's like gone. All right, that's one salvia. On to the next one. All right, I don't have much battery left, so I've got to hurry this up. But here's where I'm going to put the other salvia, right there. Right there behind the lamb's ear. I had to pull up some lamb's ear to make room. Hello there, bush. Move that twig. I don't think this peony is going to grow to its full height, so I'm not real worried about this salvia getting shaded out, and these blooms on the lamb's ear is about to come off, so I think this little salvia will do great right here. It gets all morning sun, afternoon sun, up until about probably 3 or 4 o'clock, maybe even 5, but then it starts to dwindle down. All right, easy peasy. It's about to rain too. Wind is, or the temperature has decreased substantially, and I can feel, you know how you can feel when the air is about to let loose. So at least I got a few things in the ground before the rain. All right. So I don't really have anything white over here. And once I cut these little blooms back off this lamb's ear, which I haven't done it because the bees have been flying all over it and enjoying it. And well, anything for the bees. Anyway, but that'll get 24 inches tall, so and 18 inches wide again. So it'll fill in this little space right here, and it won't be so close to the clematis that it causes any airflow issues. And again, I don't expect that peony to do anything other than what it's done. And there's the larkspur that we planted up earlier. And then I have my red bud tree that'll eventually create shade, but for now, this is full sun for most of the day. And my limelight hydrangeas, they're setting their little panicles. And the other day I came out here and there were squash bugs on them, mating. So I squished them, very quickly squished them. I still think I'm going to turn this stem, because it wants to grow so tall, I think I'm going to turn that one into the standard. It's still looking like it wants to be a standard. I mean, you can see it's like already branched out with 3 branches that are perfect for it. So you have 1 here, this is 2, and that's 3. And I think I can turn that into a standard. And then I'll have room underneath for more plants. And look, got Liatris, blazing star, about to bloom. And it's getting crowded out. I have a stake to hold up the limbs, but still, I need to make more room for it. I need to come back and plant my purple porterweed and get that in the ground. It'll take up a lot of the space though, so I've been kind of like hesitant, but it's so pretty. I do want it in my yard. Ooh, I feel that nice cool breeze. My balloon flowers are opening up over here, but they sure are droopy. I wonder if they're supposed to be like that, or if they get too much moisture they droop like this. But they're droopy. One is kind of standing up, not very well. Beauty berry's about to open up all its little pretty flowers. Everything over here is looking so pretty. It always does. It's so sheltered over here. It's all morning sun. Pansies, even dianthus are still blooming. They usually peter out around, as soon as the temperatures go over like 85 degrees, which we're there. I don't want to step on it. Oh, watch out. Yeah, get that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. This is the first year it's bloomed. I've had it over here maybe 3 years. I'm a little on the shock side, but hey, if it takes 3 years, I'll take it. I want to cut them and put them in a floral arrangement, but y'all, if I cut them, then they're not on the plant. I'm like in a conundrum all the time. Do I not? Do I not? I just never know. I see an oak tree though, trying to grow. And the sunny knockout roses. They smell so good. Love the way they smell. The other day I was looking for my bench. Had no idea where I put it. I was getting all frustrated. Go, where is that bench at? It's right there. It's in the landscape. You just can't see it because of all the other stuff around it. Oh, Viola's finally passed. Okay, this one's still hanging on because it doesn't get nearly as much sun. Those died. So another container I get to plant up. Yay. Look at that variegated hydrangea. There are weeds inside these bags. Look at that. That is so pretty. I think this is probably one of my favorite plants. I think this is the most beautiful combination. The light lavender pink blooms with the soft, delicate flowers. Like I know these are the flowers, but these are like something else. These aren't the flowers. These are the flowers. But anyway, this combination with the variegation, oh my gosh, it is so pretty. I'm going to do a video just on this. Y'all, and I had one before, but I planted in the wrong spot and it died. So this is my second time and I finally got a good spot, I think, for it. It's had a lot of rain. So if it was going to drown and its roots rot, it would have been now, but it hasn't. And the sun obviously gets just the right amount of sun. Finally found a perfect spot for it. So happy. And then my spider web, Fatsia japonica, spider web. Anyway, it's got new leaves on it, and the leaves are starting to get the variegation formed on them. Water for mosquitoes. No. My little honey oak leaf hydrangea, you're going to see that video soon. You probably already did see it if you're watching this. That video has already been posted. But I pulled this up out of the ground because it was wilted, and it didn't matter what I did. I couldn't get it to be unwilted. So I yanked it up out of the ground, put it in this pot, stuck it back here where it does not get as much sun, cut off all the blooms and all the, chopped it way down, and sprayed it too with aspirin mix because it has that red spotty stuff on it, and I thought maybe that was why. But anyway, it seems to be doing better. In fact, like, this looks very perky compared to what it had been looking like. You'll have to look up for that video. I need to change this. This is a Weigela, what is it? Sonic Bloom Weigela, and it's just too close to the fern. So I'm either going to move the fern or I'm going to move this, but one of them has to go to allow the other one to shine because they're too close. I mean, can you tell them apart? I can't. I mean, they look so similar. I know they're not, but if you look closely, you can tell they're different. But still, it gets lost, one or the other. And I think what I'm going to do is I have so many of these fern hollies, Japanese holly ferns. I have so many of them that I think that I can dig the fern up and move it somewhere else. We got squirrels. Well, that's it for today, y'all. I have got to go inside and take a break, and my battery is saying, I'm dying. So gotta go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, happy gardening. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.